Hi, my name is Danielle Mitchell, and my passage comes from Dickens' Bleak House, chapter 44. In this chapter, Mr. Jarndyce stops Esther as she is leaving the room and tells her he has something to say to her. He asks if it's all right if he writes it in a letter. When she receives a letter on the agreed-upon day, Esther is not surprised that it is a marriage proposal. I thanked him with my whole heart. What could I ever do but thank him? I was going out of the door when he asked me to stay a moment. Quickly turning round, I saw that same expression on his face again, and all at once, I don't know how, it flashed upon me as a new and far possibility that I understood it. "My dear Esther," said my guardian, "I have long had something in my thoughts that I wished to say to you." "Indeed?" "I have had some difficulty in approaching it, and I still have. I should wish it to be so deliberately said, and so deliberately considered. Would you object to my writing it?" "Dear guardian, how could I object to writing anything for me to read?" "Then see, my love," said he with his cheery smile. "Am I at this moment quite as plain and easy? Do I seem as open, as honest and old-fashioned, as I am at any time?" I answered in all earnestness, "Quite," with the strictest truth, for his momentary hesitation was gone. It had not lasted a minute, and his fine, sensible, cordial, sterling manner was restored. "Do I look as if I suspected anything, meant anything by what I said, had any reservation at all, no matter what?" said he, with his bright clear eyes on mine. I answered most assuredly he did not. "Can you fully trust me, and thoroughly rely on what I profess, Esther?" "Most thoroughly," said I, with my whole heart. "My dear girl," returned my guardian, "give me your hand." He took it in his, holding me lightly with his arm, looking down into my face with the same genuine freshness and faithfulness of manner, the old protecting manner which made that house my home in an instant, said, "You have wrought changes in me, little woman, since the winter day in the stagecoach. First and last, you have done me a world of good since that time." "Ah, guardian, what have you done for me since that time?" "But," said he, "that is not to be remembered now. It never can be forgotten." "Yes, Esther," said he with a gentle seriousness, "it is to be forgotten now, to be forgotten for a while. You have only to remember now that nothing can change me as you know me. Can you feel quite assured of that, my dear?" "I can, and I do," I said. "That's much," he answered. "That's everything. But I must not take that at a word. I will not write this something in my thoughts until you are quite resolved within yourself that nothing can change me as you know me. If you doubt that in the least degree, I will never write it. If you are sure of that on good consideration, send Charlie to me this night week for the letter. If you are not quite certain, never send. Mind, I trust to your truth in this thing as in everything. If you are not quite certain on this one point, never send." "Guardian," said I am already certain. I can no more be changed in this conviction than you can be changed towards me. I shall send Charlie for the letter." He shook my hand and said no more, nor was any more said in reference to this conversation, either by him or me, through the whole week. When the appointed night came, I said to Charlie, as soon as I was alone, "Go and knock on Mr. Jarndyce's door, Charlie, and say you have come from me, for the letter." Charlie went up the stairs, and down the stairs, and along the passages. The zigzag way about the old-fashioned house seemed very long to my listening ears that night, and so came back along the passages, and down the stairs, and up the stairs, and brought the letter. "Lay it on the table, Charlie," said I. So Charlie laid it on the table, and went to bed, and I sat looking at it without taking it up, thinking of many things. I opened it, and read it. It was so impressive in its love for me, and in the unselfish caution it gave me, and the consideration it showed for me in every word, that my eyes were too often blinded to read much at a time. But I read it through 3 times before I laid it down. I had thought beforehand that I knew its purport, and I did. It asked me, would I be the mistress of Bleak House?